the NHL has seen some iconic looks throughout the years. Gretzky's jersey tuck, Malkin's 2 different gloves, goalie's marshmallow pads, and who could forget Yager's mullet, a hairstyle that would be replicated for years by both the fans and different players around the league. These looks may have seemed crazy at first, but have been idolized in hockey history when fans revisit them. But one iconic accessory that debuted in the NHL back in 1980 looked so bizarre that it often gets criticized and is frowned upon by some of the older fans. I'm talking about Cooperalls, a design created by Brian Heaton, promoted as a quote, complete hockey uniform system. Although it's disliked by many, there are still some fans and former players out there who adore these pants. So, what made Cooperalls so controversial? Let's find out. Cooperalls consisted of an elastic griddle extending from the middle of the rib cage to the top of the knees. Foam pads were sewn into them, and the design was covered by nylon pants. They claimed that when the pants were paired with their other accessories, such as their own shoulder pads and shin guards, that the system weighed 40% less than regular hockey equipment. It was meant to feel lighter and give players better freedom of movement, but still protect their lower bodies, something the NHL's design failed to accomplish, as the traditional design provided padding from the waist to the knees, followed by shin pads covered with leggings. The Cooperall design was very popular in ringette and broomball, and still remains popular in those sports as of today. But Cooperalls had sort of a long journey to the NHL. The long pants were first adopted by the OHL in the 1970s, and at one time, they were worn by anyone who took part in organized hockey. Because of the rising popularity, several NHL teams began testing out the design during practice. The Winnipeg Jets and the Quebec Nordiques were the most notable teams who took part in donning the pants in training camp. A similar style was later manufactured by CCM, called the Pro Pack, and this design would be the one to get fully catapulted into the NHL. The Philadelphia Flyers decided to make the switch to the Cooperalls for the entirety of the 1981-82 season, and eventually, the Hartford Whalers decided to join in as well. With 2 teams now sporting the CCM Pro Packs, there was destined to be a matchup where fans would see 2 teams facing off in the Cooperall pants. And sure enough, on December 11th, 1982, the game nicknamed the Cooperall game would be played between the Flyers and the Whalers.
Now, Stoughton to Mark Johnson. Nice move by Johnson here. 6-4. Whalers go out on top. And then they'll make the final 7-4 as Ray Neufeld adds the empty netter. They'll need some more of that magic tonight. They go against Buffalo in Buffalo.
This game was historic for a lot of reasons. First, for the Cooperalls, this was huge in terms of marketing to other hockey programs, as well as potentially other NHL teams. But secondly, this game would be the only time in NHL history where the 2 teams would face off in the Cooperall pants. Because come the 83-84 season, the NHL put a stop to the fashion trend, creating a rule stating that teams had to wear short pants and home and away socks permanently, essentially banning the Cooperall pants. This was a major blow to some, including CCM, and a relief for others, mainly some of the fans who thought the design and the overall look as a whole was outlandish. But what did the players think of all this? Well, an article from NHL.com interviewed some of the Flyers players who donned the striped pants, and their thoughts on the pants are extremely mixed. Some players like Paul Holmgren didn't mind them at all, stating, quote, "It was weird the first time you put them on, but I liked them. They were warmer, which I didn't mind, and they were comfortable. I didn't have a problem with them." Bill Barber, on the other hand, stated, quote, "I was ready to go back to the other ones. I don't know if it was weird or whatnot, but you wondered if it belonged in hockey." The players' feedback seemed to be identical to the fans. Some liked the quirky style, while others wished the NHL stepped in sooner. But even after its appearance in the NHL, Cooperalls still had a large impact in the junior and Pee-wee leagues. For instance, an old promo for a WHL game in 1986 shows that teams were still wearing the pants 3 years after the NHL shut the door.
Come out and watch the Broncos play the Calgary Wranglers Friday at 7:30. On Sunday, the action starts at 7 as the Boost Jaw Warriors are in town. And Tuesday at 7:30, the Broncos battle the Medicine Hat Tigers. Get your tickets at the Sportsplex box office and ride high with the Lethbridge Broncos.
After Cooperalls' boom in the 1980s, they seemingly vanished from the majority of the public eye. I myself have been looking for any excuse to discuss these pants, but didn't know when it would be a good time to do so. However, a little over a week ago, when the NHL released their Reverse Retro 2.0s, the Philadelphia Flyers brought back the iconic look, and it completely blew my mind. The Flyers made the announcement that the team will be wearing Cooperalls during pre-game warm-ups this season, showing off a cleaner and newer design using Travis Sanheim as a model. This decision seemed completely out of left field, but the fans didn't question it. In fact, most of the feedback from the fans online seemed to be mostly positive, which then leads to the question, what changed? What made Cooperalls so popular and supported? Well, the best way I can describe it is with one word: personality. As the league has evolved, they've worked on having more personality and fun in order to help grow the game. New crazy tricks like the Michigan and celebrations like Jack Hughes' stick throw help get the players and the team's name out there, while also helping the NHL market their product. So with a team like the Flyers, one that didn't have much to look forward to at the start of the season, it causes excitement and stirs conversation, as obviously it's not every day that an NHL team wears pants during a game. Cooperalls were bold and unique, which helped etch themselves in hockey history. And with this return this season, perhaps Carolina will also follow suit, so that maybe one day the NHL can have an outdoor classic and the fans of today can experience the magic that is Cooperalls.